Are able to see that lovely board. There we go. Hello, Anna. Guys, if you don't know, my name is Duke Alexander Moore. I am a QuickBooks Pro Advisor, and I'm also a tax professional. So pretty much what I do is I help entrepreneurs save on taxes, and when needed, I also help them, get started with their bookkeeping and QuickBooks and so forth. So I'm just gonna what I want to go through with this live. What's up, Gage? Welcome you to the first one. What I want to through on this live is with you guys. I want to cover the home office tax deduction, and then I want to be able to answer your questions when needed. So, hello, Michelle. Welcome. So, yeah, guys, if you're just joining, what I'm going to cover right now is the home office deduction. Then I'm also going to answer your questions. Okay. So, when we're talking about we're talking about the home office deductions. There's two ways we can take this method, okay? So I just want you to remember that. And first of all, in order for you to claim the home office deduction, guys, you have to have a business, okay? So if you have a W-2 job, that's probably not going to work. So you have to have some type of self-employment or some type of business for this to work, okay? So I'm going to talk about the two methods first, right? So our first way we can take this is something called the simplified. Simple? I'm going to just call it simple. We have the simple method. Okay? So we have something called the simple method. And then we also have what's called the actual method. Okay? And this is for the home office deduction. So remember, we have two ways. We have the simple method or the actual method. And those are the two ways that we can claim the home office deduction. So what I'm going to cover first are what the two rules are when you're claiming the home office deduction, okay? So remember first, guys, you have to have a business. And if you're just joining, guys, we're going over the home office deduction first, and then we're going to jump in the Q&A. So remember, guys, first thing, got to have a business, okay? So even if you have a side hustle or you do some type of DoorDash, you receive a 1099, cool, you qualify. You have a business. That's the first thing, okay? The second thing is that in your home, you have to have a spot that's exclusively used for business, okay? So first I talked about the first methods that we can use. Now I'm talking about the actual rules and to see if you can qualify. So let's talk about the qualifications first, okay? So first thing, okay, so now that we got the two methods, we have the simple method and we have the actual method, okay? So the first thing, guys, remember, you have to have a business and you have to have an area you use exclusively for business. Now, there's a lot of talk like, oh my gosh, the home office deduction is gonna crazy about it. Nah, not true. What's up, gluten-free bread? What's up, baby? We in this live on this Tuesday, okay? So let's talk about the first rule, right? So exclusive use. Exclusive use, okay? Remember that word, exclusive use. Really honing that. Exclusively. Okay, so you use this. Hi, Bear Squad. Hi, what's up? So you got to use this thing exclusively for business, all right? So I'm going to give you an example, okay? So let's say this is your entire house, all right? And guys, if you have trouble seeing this, you can always just swipe the comments and it'll just go away. But let's say the square is your entire house. And when we're talking about the home office deduction, you could have a house. It could be somewhere you rent. It can be your apartment, whatever, okay? As long as it's not like a hotel or motel or something like that. Okay, cool. Now let's give an example, okay? So let's say in this section right here, right? This is box number 1. This is box number 1, right? And let's say this box number 1, let's say that's your kitchen, right? It's your kitchen. Okay. Now remember, we're looking for the exclusive use test. That's what we're doing. So let's say in your kitchen, you have like a dining room table. Okay. I just got here just in time. Welcome, Taylor. Awesome. So let's say in your kitchen you have this dining room table. Okay. You have this nice little dining room table. It has candles. It has a placemat. It has a nice wood. It has 4 chairs. It's just the best dining table ever. Okay. And you're doing your business there. Okay, Cool. So, you know, you don't have a room, so you're doing your business in the dining or in that kitchen on that table. Okay. Well, let's say if someone else eats there, or let's say your spouse or your kid eats there, or anything else happens on that table. If anything else happens on that table other than business, bam. It's not exclusively used for business. This is really helpful for real. I got you. So it's not exclusively used for business, right? So remember, exclusively used for business, right? So that dining room table, yeah, you may use it for business, but since other activities happen there, like you eat there, or you may, I don't know, you may fold your clothes there. I don't know what you do there. But if you do anything else there but business, it fails the test of the exclusive use test. Okay? So just remember that. So hi, I'm taking federal tax right now in school. Your videos help everything. I got you. Ask those questions too. So you're doing God works, actually schoolwork. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I got you guys. So guys, and I'm gonna jump into questions after this. So look, so you understand. I hope you understand that fails the exclusive test. Okay. So let me give you another example. Okay. So let's say you have a room right here, right? So number 2, it fails, right? Because even though we do business, I'm gonna just put biz, we also, I don't know, family eats, okay? Okay, so you see how we do business there, but the family also eats there. So we have 2 activities going in here. One's a business related activity, one's a personal activity. So it has to, you can only have business happen, okay? Okay, so now that you got that, let's say this is room number 2, okay? This is room number 2. And this is just a room, okay? So let's say in this room number 2, that's where you take your phone calls. That's where you have your computers. If you have to take any business related phone call, that's where you go in there, okay? So let's say you use this, let's say you use business, right? You don't do anything else in there, right? It's just business, okay? Well, that room qualifies for the exclusive use test, okay? That room qualifies for the exclusive use test. You're just using that room for just that, okay? You're not doing anything else, anything personal. This one qualifies. Room number 2 doesn't qualify, and if you've been here, it's because we do other things there. Now let me give you a last example. Let's say you have a room, but a section of your room you just use for business, okay? So let's jump into that. So let's look at number 3. This is number 3, right? And let's say this is your bedroom, right? Let's say this is your bedroom. This is your whole entire bedroom, okay? And let's say in this little corner right here is where you do business, right? You have a little desk, you have your computer. If you do some type of streaming, let's say you're a Twitch creator, you have your little office over there or something inside of a room, okay? And then over here, so right in this section of the room is business, and like everywhere else we sleep, okay? Okay, well, we can't write off sleeping. Unfortunately, I know you guys are awesome business owners. I know you put in a lot of work, but unfortunately, there is no deduction for sleep on Schedule C. And that's where you claim your business expenses, okay? So, now if we look at this room, and only this section is used for business, well, guess what? That portion of the room we can claim for our exclusive use. This one, we cannot, right? So what we simply do is just take the square foot of this section. What we do in bedroom 2, right? We take the square foot of the whole room because the whole room qualifies. The whole entire room qualifies. And this one, you may have a section of the room that qualifies. And that's how you prove the exclusive use test. So remember, number 1, it's not going to happen because we do personal things, right? So now that you have that exclusive use test, make sure you get the square footage, right? So we're going to use room number 2 for our example. We're going to use room number 2. And let's say room number 2 is, I'm going to put it right here. Room number 2 is 200 square feet. Okay? So that's our home office deduction. So when you're claiming this on your tax return or you're working with a professional or something like that, they're gonna ask you, well, you know, what's the square footage of your office? And you're gonna know. So if you're using a room, you're gonna take the whole square footage of your room. If you're using a section of your room, just take the square footage of that. You got some other stuff going on there, not gonna happen. All right. So got it. So guys, we passed the exclusive use test. Okay. So the second test is your principal place of business. Okay. So this is a second test you have to pass. Is it your principal place of business? Right. So this is test 1. This is test 2. Okay. So we got the exclusive test. Second thing, is it your principal place of business? Meaning, is it where you do business? So a lot of us are working from home. A lot of business owners working from home. You'll easily qualify. An easy way to determine, love your videos, man. Keep them coming. Thank you so much, Dora. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so second test is it your principal place of business? Now, most of us, if you have a home office, probably your principal place of business. But an easy way to determine if this is a principal place of business or not is if you do, like this is, if you do some type of administrative work there, okay? So let's say you're taking phone calls or you're taking care of your bookkeeping or anything like that, that can easily qualify as your principal place of business. So guys, remember, if you're, 2 rules, 2 things you have to pass is that it exclusively use and is your principal place of business. Once we got that figured out, once we got check marks on both of those rules, guess what? Now we got options, baby. I know y'all like options. Now we got options. You're the one who I actually watched live. Thanks. Yay! Thank you so much. And guys, I really appreciate you always joining lives. Appreciate it. And you guys, you know, it's value to it. And I go live Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time. Right now, I'm just going to knock off this home office deduction real quick. Then we're going to jump into some questions, and then I'm going to go to sleep. Okay? So now that we have these 2 tests passed, okay? Now we got options, okay? So remember, we got two ways of writing or taking home office deduction. There's 2 ways, okay? The first way is the simple method, okay? And I'm gonna cover this simple method first, okay? So the first way is the simple method, okay? So what the simple method says, and if you qualify, it's $5 per square foot of home office. Okay. So with the simple method, you just take $5 and you multiply it by the square footage of your home office. So you remember in the prior example, I said, hey, make sure you get the square footage of that, whether you're using a section or the whole room. Okay, so a simple method says $5 per square foot up to 300 square feet. Okay, so when we're using the simplified method, our home office cannot be no more than 300 square feet. So if it's 500 square feet, unfortunately, the maximum number we can put in there is 300 square feet. So you remember in our prior example, our home office was 200 square feet, right? Our home office was 200 square feet. So we just plug this in right here. All right. And then, we know that's 1,000, but just so you know, it's gonna be that's from yesterday, 1,000. 5 times 200. Okay, and that'll give you 1,000. So you take $5 times the maximum square feet, and your deduction on the tax return is $1,000. Okay. So notice with the simplified method that we didn't have to track how much rent we paid. We didn't have to track our Wi-Fi. We just said, hey, look, what is the total square footage of our home office? Let's multiply by 5. That's our home office deduction. Bam. Got it. That's it for the simplified method. How simple is that? Okay. Now let's talk about the actual method. And this is the last thing we're going to cover. And then we can get into some questions if you guys have them. Okay, so the second method is the actual. Okay. So the second is the actual method. Okay, so this is the actual method. So when you think simple method, just think $5. $5. When you think actual method, think, okay, these are the actual expenses I incur, okay? So the first thing you have to do, okay, so I want you to think, okay? So we can only write off the business portions of the things we use. In our house, we do both business related things and personal related things, right? So something like the Wi-Fi. Yes, we use the Wi-Fi for business, but we also use the Wi-Fi for personal reasons. The electricity. Yeah, we use the electricity for business purposes to power our computers, but we also use electricity, for personal reasons, like watching Netflix. So what we have to determine is what portion of our home expenses is business related. And the way you do that is that you take the square footage of your home office. You take the square footage of your home office, which is 200 square feet, and you're going to divide that, by the total square footage of your home. Okay? So let's say your home office is 200 square feet, but your total home is 1,000 square feet, right? So it'll look something like this, right? This is your home, right? And your entire home is 1,000 square feet, right? But your home office right here is 200 square feet, okay? So your entire home is 200 square feet, but your home office is only 200 square feet. Or your entire home is 1,000 square feet, but your home office is only 200 square feet. So what percentage of 200 is 1,000 is what we got to figure out, okay? So the math is quite simple. So we take the 200, right? So we take the home office square footage. Okay, take the home office square footage divided by total home square footage, okay? So if we plug those in, we got a 200 right here, and then the total is 1,000, okay? So we'll do that on the calculator. So it's 200 divided by 1,000. Okay, so 200 divided by 1,000, guys, that gets us 0.2. 0.2 is 20%. Okay, so the expenses that we incur in our home, like the Wi-Fi, the electricity, we now know those expenses are 20% business related. So we can deduct 20% of those expenses on our tax return. This is what the actual method. So I'm going to write this over here. It's 20% rate. Okay? 20% rate. Got it? Okay? Got it? Okay, 20% rate with the actual method, okay? So now this is what comes to the fun part. This is where you add up what you spent throughout the year for this home, and this is where you figure out your deduction. So let's talk about some common expenses. Let's talk about rent. And guys, you can use this in your apartment too. So if you're renting an apartment, it says home office deduction, but it's okay if you have an apartment too, guys. So don't stress. What's really important is that as long as you're not like in a motel or hotel, it has to be somewhere you live, okay? So, even your garage, yeah, that's fine. So let's take two common expenses. Let's just take rent and let's take Wi-Fi. Okay, so let's take rent and Wi-Fi, okay? So let's say our rent is $2,000 a month, okay? So our rent is $2,000 a month, all right? So let's figure out what that was for the year. So 2,000, 2,123 times 12. So our total rent is 24,000. Got it? Our rent was 24,000. Okay. Rent was 24,000. Okay. And you remember with the also guys, remember I erased it, but remember with the simplified method that our deduction. Okay. With the simple method, our deduction was $1,000. Remember, we did that. The simple deduction was $1,000. If you're just joining, our simple method was $1,000. It was 5 times 200 square feet. Okay, so with the actual method, our rent is 24,000. Why did I put wife and why didn't nobody tell me? Well, I wonder what's on my mind. Wi-Fi. All right. If you're married, fellas out there, unfortunately, there's not a deduction for your wife on your tax return. So, let's say our Wi-Fi, I don't know, let's say $100 a month. $100 times 12 will give us $1,200. Okay, $1,200. Yeah, I'm married. There's no deduction for Wi-Fi and tax return, unfortunately. So our deduction is $1,200, right? So now that we have that $1,200. Okay. Cool. So let's add those both together. So we have that plus 24,123, right? So our total house expenses, let's say this all for the year, this is all we spend on our house. Okay? This is all we spend on our house. Let's add these two up. So right here we have total house expenses. Okay. Total house expenses, which is this plus this, and we have $25,200. Okay. Now these are the total house expenses, but remember, part of our home we use for business, part of our home we use for personal reasons. So how do we figure that out? Well, remember the exercise we did earlier? We figured out the 20% rate, right? Remember we did that earlier, right? That is our rate. So we'll take that 25,200 and we'll multiply it by 20%, right? And our deduction is $5,040, right? So we take this, multiply it by our rate, which is 0.2, and then if you guys can still do this, yeah. So the actual will give us $5,040. Okay, so let's put these into. So remember, now you have to look at and choose which one do you want to take. Do you want to take the simplified deduction, or do you want to take the actual method deduction? Generally, what people choose to do is take the deduction they take the larger deduction. So which one would you choose? Would you choose the actual, or would you choose the simple? I'll give you another hint. People generally take the one that gives them a larger deduction because that means they pay less in tax. There you go. Mary was with the actual on Facebook. So exactly. So TikTok. Which one would you rather take? The simple method or the actual method? Once again, people generally take the one that has the bigger deduction. There we go. BSC says she'll take the actual. Anybody else? Will anybody take the simple method? Actual. There you go. Jess was with the actual. Yeah. So the actual. Okay. Yeah. So we have a lot of people saying the actual. I will take the actual too because it gives me a larger deduction. And I'm gonna show you one last part how this actual works. Okay. Okay. So let's put this into play. So let's say we go with the actual method, right? And so let's say our income. Let's say our income is $10,000. All right. Our income is $10,000. And I said the only expense we have, the only deduction we have is the home office deduction, right? So let's just say we went with the simple method, right? So let's say we plugged in the simple method, right? So the deduction is only $1,000, right? Right. So our net income will be $9,000. Okay. So let's say if we went with the simple method, just because I don't know, some people were afraid to say simple. Let's say we went with the simple method, our net income is $9,000, and let's say we're in the 10% tax bracket. 10% tax bracket. Okay. So we'll be paying. So 9,000 guys, 9,000, 10% of 9,000 is pretty much gonna be $900. Well, you can do that together. So we'll take 1, 2, 3 times 0.1. All right, so $900. That's what we'll be paying in taxes. $900 if we choose the simple method. Okay. Now let's plug in what everybody said, which is the actual method. Let's see how much we're gonna save if we use the actual method. And guys, I'm literally teaching you guys how you guys can save on taxes, even without hiring a professional. I'm teaching you the strategies that a lot of people use in the same way I use my clients. Pay attention, plug them in. Okay. So let's say we use the actual method, right? So now we're not with the simple, we're with the actual. So with the actual method, we get a $5,040, right, with the actual. So remember, with the simple was $900. Okay, so now with the actual, we have 10,000, 1, 2, 3, minus 5,040. All right, so now our net income is $4,960. $4,960. Let's say we're still in the 10% tax bracket, times 0.1, 496. So now we're only paying $496 with the actual. We only pay 496. Bam. So the guys, for the people who chose the actual, you see how it saved us money, put a couple more $100 into our pockets, rather than going with the simplified method. And that is it for the home office tax deductions. Are there any questions on this before I get into more general questions? Are there any questions on the home office deduction before I get into the general questions? And if I miss your question, just ask them, but we're about to jump into them now. Thank you. You are welcome. And guys, let me know, scale 1 through 10, how valuable it is to know this information. How valuable is it to know, hey, I know how to do the home office deduction? Let me know, scale 1 through 10. So yeah, lost connection trying to. Oh no, we're losing our connection. Let me know. Oh man, we lost it. We're losing our connection. I do not like when this happens. Oh no. Yeah, but let me know. I'm hoping it can just jump right back. But typically it does not just jump right back. Oh, why did it lose connection? You seller data. Why isn't it connected? Okay, cool. We're back. It's weird. Okay. Yeah, we lost some people there. What form? Yeah. Well, I was late. Thank you. You're welcome. Sorry, guys. The connection kind of went out right there. What form do you have to fill out on a tax? So if you're using a tax software, it's pretty much going to take care of it for you. But you're going to have to fill out form 8829, and that's going to flow to your Schedule C when you're claiming the home office deduction. Will copyright law still apply if two businesses have the same name but different markets? That's definitely a question for an attorney. I specialize in federal taxes and helping people save on taxes. I would love to be able to answer that question, but unfortunately, I cannot. Thank you so much for that follow, Mary. That means a lot. Loving the content, bro. I really appreciate that. Love when you guys have nice comments. Princess J Peach, got Princess J Peach. What's up? What if I use my home office for my W-2 job and my blog turned into a business? Cool. Here's what you need to do. Well, you need to, so you can still use that home office for your business, but if your blog, I would advise you to turn that blog into a business immediately so we can deduct that. But for your W-2 job, unfortunately, you cannot. But for your blog, we first have to determine, hey, is this a hobby or is this a business? Okay, so if it's a hobby, unfortunately, we cannot take the deduction. Now, if it's a business, we can. And the easiest way, guys, the easiest way to turn your hobby into a business is to go out there and make some money. Act like you're trying to make income, because that's what you're trying to do. So turn that blog into a business, and then we can talk about taking the home office deduction. Because in order for you guys to be able to take this home office deduction, you have to have a business. So unfortunately, if you're on a W-2 job, this won't work for you. That was a great question. What's your Facebook so I can watch this when doing tests? My Facebook is Duke Alexander Moore. I should be screen recording this, so I'm gonna upload. So guys, if you missed this TikTok live, I'm gonna upload it up to YouTube. Hopefully, I am screen recording. It doesn't really let me know. Yeah. Okay, so I am screen recording. So you can rewatch it on YouTube. I'm gonna post it right when I get off this. I'm gonna start posting them on YouTube, so guys, you can go back. Yes, need this. Yes, and if you missed it, it's all gonna be on YouTube. You can go to my TikTok link in the bio. I'm gonna post it on YouTube. What about deductions for students at home? You can. So you guys, for these deductions, you have to have a business. If you're a student, typically you'll get a tax form from your institution that will maybe help you on taxes, maybe help us claim the American Opportunity Credit. But as far as deductions, you typically want to jump into a business. So that's what I definitely recommend. Yes, what about deductions for students? Sika, how at 14 can I start bird dogging? I don't know if you deal with that. Sika, I would love to help you, but I'm not sure what bird dogging is. Can you tell me what bird dogging is so I can help you? Tell me what bird dogging is. Wait, we can't do the actual method if our employer messes up. No. So, not with your employer. Now, typically, if you're incurring expenses from your employer at your W-2 job, definitely talk to them about some type of reimbursement plan or accountable plan. But as far as trying to deduct this on your tax return, nah, this is if you have a business. So, guys, start a business. If you're at home, just start a business, and we can definitely start deducting some more things. But yeah, that was a great question. I'm Googling bird dogging now. I feel old. Yeah, I kind of want to jump on Google too, but I want to make sure we get these. Yeah, guys, if anybody knows what bird dogging is, let me know. And that way I can answer the question. I'm working from home now and have to pay city taxes at office, but not at home. Okay. So, what type of city taxes? Yeah. So, I'm not sure how that question is answered or asked. Bird dogging is when you get a contract and sell it to a contractor or a home improver. Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like a business to me. So, when you get a contract and you sell, okay, yeah, that sounds like a business to me. So absolutely. So if you're doing something at home, let's say you're at home, you're on your computer and you're looking up contracts to buy, or you're searching, or you're doing your marketing, or you're taking the phone calls from your home, right? Then yeah, we can absolutely talk about the home office deduction. So the only responsibility you will have is to measure out the square footage of your home office, and then we can talk about the deduction. That was a great question, and thank you for explaining to me what bird dogging is. I'm kind of curious about what it is, so I'm going to look it up some more too. It's the difference between a hobby and a business on earnest intentions. Yeah, so a hobby. So in order for something to qualify as a business, um, your primary purpose for engaging in the activity. So let's call it an activity, right? So here's the difference between a hobby and a business. With a business, your primary purpose for starting that business is to make income or profit. Okay? You're in it to make income or profit. You're not just doing it for fun and just selling things. You're in it for income or profit. The second thing to qualify as a business, you must be doing that activity with continuity and regularity. So you're doing it often. An easy way to see something qualifies as a business is, hey, am I trying to make a living off of this? So with hobbies, you cannot deduct your expenses. So no deductions with a hobby. With a business, yes. So try to turn that hobby into a business if you can. Just go make some money. How does the taxes work? So the taxes, and we're still talking about bird dogging, and they still work exactly the same. Exactly the same. If an adult is the owner of a business but gives the money to kids, would that money have to be taxed? So if you're just gifting the kids, right? So the adult is still going to have to pay taxes on the income. So let's say an adult, like someone comes into their store, here's money, right? Let's say the adult owns a chicken stand and they sell chicken sandwiches, right? So they give someone a chicken sandwich, someone gives them more money. Okay. At the end of the year, they're gonna take all their money, they're gonna subtract their expenses, right? And giving kids your money that's not an expense. So they're gonna take all the money they made, all their expenses, and their net income is what they're gonna have to pay taxes on. So yeah, so just because they're transferring money from their hands to their kid, that's not a tax deduction unless the kid works in the business and you're pretty much paying an employee. Then that's a different story. But yeah, so either way they go, when the money comes in, it's gonna be paid tax on. So that's a great question. My job isn't taking federal out of my paycheck. I put in a form to change it, but nothing has said. Oh, you better talk to them. They definitely should. And you really want to see, are you a W-2 or are you a 1099? 1099 they probably won't. Yeah. W-2 they should. Can you claim deductions if you are not a legit business? As in, you don't, yeah, absolute, guys, you don't need a business license. You don't need an EIN. You don't need an LLC. You don't need an S Corp. You don't need a C Corp. You don't need some paperwork. You don't need, you don't need it. You don't even need a business name. You don't need all that official stuff to take business deductions. Just as if you have a business that's legit, right? You're in there, you have a side hustle. Absolutely. You don't need an EIN and LLC. Now those things are good to have later down the road, but just getting started, you don't need those to deduct business expenses. So just like how the IRS, like guys, just how the IRS always wants to tax all your money, right? Think about it. They tax your money whether you're going to have an EIN, LLC or not. They're still going to tax your money. So why not? Why can't we just deduct things, right? You see what I'm saying? Right. Great question. W-2. So yeah, the W-2, they should have some type of federal withholdings, unless you put exempt on your W-4. I would check. You might want to fill out a W-4. What is the kid tax as a work as a? What is the kid does? What if the kid? Yeah, if the kid does tax as a worker, then absolutely. I have a video, HYK tax strategy on YouTube, and it'll explain about all that. How are you doing? I'm doing well, Anthony. Thank you so much for asking. Do you have to include Social Security benefits in AGI? So your no, and it depends on your provisional income. Provisional income is pretty much your earned income, and if your provisional income goes past a certain threshold, forget exactly what it is, you're gonna have to be included about like 85% of that. So if your Social Security benefits are typically lower, if your Social Security benefits, including your other income, so you make distributions from an IRA or some type of provisional income, then yes, it's going to be included. 85% of your Social Security benefits are going to be including your taxable income, and you're going to have to be taxed on that. So it's really important that you look at what that threshold is. It's called, and look this up. It's called provisional income. Look up what that threshold is. If your Social Security benefits and your other income is more than that threshold, then yeah, and it's 85%. How are you doing? Thank you for that. Thank you. Guys, if I mix your questions, just ask it again, please. Can we combine forces and create some merch for you? Yeah, dude, run me some merch. That'd be dope. Sorry about the poor grammar. What? Don't you apologize for grammar. Mine is not the best either. I'm surprised I spelled the words right today. Right? You see, I kind of got nervous right here. Yeah. So yeah, we don't worry about grammar up in here. And we don't worry about ain't no grammar. We don't care about no grammar. Do the grammar. We don't care about no grammar. We don't care about no grammar. We don't care. Hey, okay, Rosie is sending love from Chicago. What's up, Rosie? Love. Appreciate that. We all appreciate you speaking some knowledge that we need. I got you, Nicole. Thank you so much. How do you... guys, I just missed that question. Guys, if I missed your question, just please ask it again. So I'm 14. I can get tax reduction even if... Heck yeah, you can. Man, Asian man. Hey, what's up, Nicole? We lit. We don't care about no grammar. Well, I'm going to go watch the video, so I'll be back. Yeah, go check out the videos on my YouTube. Absolutely. My roommate is trying to buy a house. He's a videographer on retainer at $7,500 a month. Yeah, so retainer. So if he's a retainer, I'm expecting he's self-employed. He can definitely use my help, especially he's looking at $7,500 a month, and we're talking about a retainer, guys. $7,500 times 12. So for the year, he's looking at $90,000 a year. Okay. If he doesn't have any type of tax plan set up, I would strongly suggest that you have him reach out to me, and that we can put a tax plan together before the end of the year. Okay, because we're still in 2020. So this is going shirt. We don't care about we don't care about no grammar. Yeah, we don't care about no grammar. What is your hourly rate? I don't have an hourly rate. It's all fixed. So typically, so look, we're gonna get on the phone, right? We're gonna have a consultation, okay? Okay, guys, look, I'm not a doctor, but in our consultation, I'm gonna act like a doctor. I'm gonna ask you questions. I'm gonna see you, because what I'm trying to do in our consultation is to, one thing, see if it makes sense for us to work with each other, and two, to diagnose your problem, right? So I have to properly ask you questions, diagnose your problem, and then provide us solutions going forward. And most of those solutions I can provide. Some of them I can't. So just like a doctor would outsource the solutions to another doctor or something like that, that's what our consultation is about, right? So I haven't done hourly rate, probably won't ever do hourly rate. It's just fixed. We agree with it, and we just move on. That was a great question. If you do Airbnb, can you claim room square footage as a deduction? That's the great question. I'm actually stumbled on that one. I believe so. Yeah, because if you have Airbnb income, that's Schedule E. I think 8829. Not 100% sure. I want to say yes. Because I had an Airbnb client. Yeah, I want to say yes. Yeah. If I missed your question, just please ask it again. Whether this account is getting okay. I love your beard. Oh, really? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, the Goon Bread. That was really nice. Do you help people file taxes at Trace? Absolutely. You're so professionally lit. I can't, I love it. Thank you so much, Nicole. Taxes is kind of boring, so we gotta turn it up a little bit. So yeah, I love that I can always mix my personality and then also get serious at the same time. That was a great question. Can you explain how I can get a tax deduction being under 18? Start a business. Start a business. Get started with bookkeeping. Track your deductions. So yeah. Ella, it does look amazing though. I also thank you so much. That's really nice. You also have that personality. Yay! Thank you so much, guys. You guys are killing it with the. I almost knocked that thing over. You guys are killing it with the comments, and your comments are so nice. Appreciate it. This is what encourages me to always to continue to provide value to you. Because guys, you are so nice, and it just motivates me to continue to make content for you. I know. Is there a limit on what you can get back on taxes with the home-based business? No, there's no limit. So typically, if you're talking about what you're going to get back, the only way you're going to get something back is if it's a refundable tax credit or if you overpay tax throughout the year. And so let's say in the business you have a loss. Well, that loss you can use to carry forward. I hope that helps. So there's no limit on the amount you can deduct. That was a great question. How many allowances can my roommate claim legally? So allowances, there's no more allowances anymore. That ended like 2017. But if affect my taxes next year. I've been getting taxes off my unemployment. What is the question? I'm kind of lost. As a 13-year-old, is there anything I should do right now? For example, sign up as a co-user to my parents' card. So, I mean, if your parents are down for it, that will definitely help your credit when you're, of age to responsibly handle credit, maybe 16 or 18. But by your parents adding you as an authorized user to a card, it will help your credit. But you're 13, man. You have plenty of time. Think about a business. Take your hobby and think about making it into a business. Set a plan. And look, you're 13. What I would advise you to do is to look up to the people, follow the people that you look up to, right? Just watch them real closely. Watch what they do good, and then also watch the things that you can improve on, and then make that your business model. Like even my videos or what I do, there's flaws in there. So let's say if I am an example, there's certain things that you may like that I do, but there's certain things that you may look at and say, oh my God, I could do that better. That's what I would encourage you to do, especially at the age of 13. Look at someone you look up to, see what you can do with that, and then that was a great question. Work from home because was forced. Can I claim this? So in order for you to claim the home office tax deduction, you have to have a business. Look up my questions above, or ask the question again. Affect my tax. So I'm looking at it. It says affect my taxes next year. I've been getting taxes off of unemployment check. So if you're wondering how your taxes are going to be affected off of unemployment, I really recommend sign into your unemployment portal. You should have one with the state and see if federal taxes are being withheld. Right? See if federal taxes are being withheld. And it should be at 10%. And if you don't know about it, then you can log into the portal. They will send you a 1099-G by January. And it will give you that. Let's say I only make like $200 from the stock market. Do I still have to report this to the IRS? I'm not 100. Yeah. So your trade, you're still gonna have to report your gains and your losses, because you really want to look at, hey, is this a short-term capital gain or a long-term capital gain? You'll do that on Form 8949. How do we get in contact with you? Great question. Great question. Great question. Do the. Okay, yeah. So the link in my bio, it will say hire me. So you click the link tree, hire me. It'll just ask you to put in your name, your phone number, send me a message, and that's how you can get in contact with me, and we'll set something up. Should I start a Roth IRA, or do I need income to start it? No, so you need earned income to start it. And Roth IRA. Passive income doesn't count. You need earned income. So you like W-2, self-employment, and things like that. Dang, I just looked at your website. Good info. Thanks. Awesome. Yeah, guys, these are all really great questions tonight. You guys were pretty active too, which I like. So yeah, guys, if you're just joining, it says no bio yet on your profile. Oh my God, what happened? Wow, I'll have to check. Okay, so yeah, here, I'll write this down. So send me an email. Yeah, there's no more questions on this. Ready? So it's Duke at Duke Tax online. Gosh, I really tried to fit that into one line, but I started around room. So it's Duke at Duke Tax.online. Duke at Duke Tax.online. Yeah. So yeah. I don't know why my bio's gone. Darn nabbit. How do you help people do their taxes if they're on the same face? Something? Yeah. So we just set up a call. We can get on Zoom if you want to see this face. We can see your face. But yeah, typically it's just a call nationwide. I help people nationwide. So yeah, sometimes we do Zoom, sometimes we do screen share, remote desktop access. But yeah, most of the time we always most of my clients are on QuickBooks. So yeah, I actually love your style though. Like it really fits really nice. Thank you so much. It's there. Okay, so it's there now. What's up, LBC33? That's a consistent live viewer right there. Woo! Guys, we covered the home office tax deduction today. I don't know if you guys were in there the whole time, if you guys saw it the whole time, but if you missed it, I am screen recording this, so I would just upload it to YouTube. That way you can catch it on the replay. It was really good information, really valuable information, and so forth. So, yeah. And guys, we have a couple more minutes. About 8 more minutes, so get your questions in. Okay. So Raven, how can we maximize his bring home now that he's on W-2? Ooh, not sure. And who's on W-2? Can you remind me who's on W-2? Or question, can you wish me happy birthday on November 30th? Oh my gosh, are you gonna beat what? Oh my gosh. My birthday was did you wish me happy birthday? My birthday was November 14th. My birthday was a couple days ago. You didn't wish me happy birthday. How you gonna tell me to wish you happy birthday? You didn't wish me happy birthday. Maybe you did, maybe you don't. Free bread. That's a big commitment. I'm trying to look at the date. If I can do that. Are you gonna be here November 30th? Yeah. Second. Yeah, this was a good one. Second favorite live you have done. Oh, sweet. Thank you, obviously. 14 years old. Damn, bro, let me hop in my time machine. Yeah, hop in that time machine. You gonna tell me, wish you happy, you wish me. Yeah. And I just turned 26, so yeah. Thank you so much. I joined in late. I'll look at you. Yeah. So I'll be posting on YouTube after this. What taxes like on real estate investing? That's actually a good idea for a video. So real estate investing really depends. What are you doing in real estate? So if you're selling property, you're going to have to worry about capital gains taxes. And then also Section 1031. I plan to make a TikTok video on that very soon, explaining how you can take advantage of this, Section 31 and kind of defer capital gains taxes. So there's a lot you can do. There's a lot of planning. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. Hey, man, it doesn't matter. And guess what? Happy early birthday to you. How about that? All right? So if you can't go back in time, at least I can go in the future and I can tell happy early birthday. Happy 14th early birthday. How does that sound? Okay, well, guys, guess what? We're gonna have to sing "Happy Birthday" real quick to the gluten-free bread. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, to you. I really forgot the song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yeah. Can we sell a property and then buy a property? Yeah, that's what we call it, a 1031 exchange. Ooh, you like that catch? Oh shit. Yeah, that's what we call it, Section 1031 exchange. And I'm gonna do a TikTok on that soon. So that's what we call a Section 1031, like kind exchange. Yeah, so that's what we call a Section 1031, like kind exchange. That's for real or personal property. And pretty much how it works, let's say you have a property and you sell it, you can defer paying taxes on that profit if you buy another investment property of equal or greater value. That's simply put. That's been on my list to do a TikTok video for that, for the Section 1031, like kind exchange. It's a monster, a tax strategy. Can we deduct food for employees? If they're like holiday, if it's something like a holiday, you're doing some type of party, then yes. How can we maximize bring home? So are you talking about you're maximizing your net profit? I'm not sure what bring home is. I think you're talking about net profit. You can do that by reducing your expenses or making more money. You should do a video on buying a fourplex and renting it out and how to file taxes on it. So that's rental. So I kind of have one already like that. I call it real estate taxes. It's gonna be on Schedule E. But yeah, maybe a YouTube video where I can go more in detail. But Fro, I think you missed my message, but you're way too nice. I love you not in a weird way. Appreciate that, bro. I love you too. And I'm sorry if I missed your question. Just ask it again. Yeah, great question. What type of information is needed to set up a consultation with you? So you just send me an email or go to my website. And the link in the bio. Hopefully it's still there. Someone said it wasn't earlier. That's not good. Go to the link in my bio, the link tree, and then click the link that says "Hire me." And then you just put your name, put your phone number, and then a message and your business income. Yeah. So, and if you're reaching out to me, just make sure you're serious. Don't just be calling, ask some questions. Your time is very valuable, and so is mine. Yeah. Can you deduct if you lose money from trading stuff? Yeah, so you can deduct it against your other capital losses. So, guys, yeah, so we're going to be wrapping this up. So, if you have any more questions, just make sure, just write them down, bring them tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm live Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time. In this video, we discuss taking the home office deduction. It's very valuable information. Just by rewatching this video on YouTube, I'm sure you can save yourself thousands of dollars on taxes. I am going to re-upload it. That way you guys can watch it. And I will be back tomorrow. So write down those questions. Be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Time. Thank you guys so much, and you guys are really nice.